someone. Malcolm X said, chickens always come home to roost. I'm simply telling you, my friend, that we will have to answer for the decisions that we will make. We will decide to be our own God, or we will decide to worship the only God. Satan made a decision that he was going to put his throne in the place of the north. He was going to become the ruler of all things. How can the Creator take on the creature? It is not a battle that can be fought. But one great preacher said that God is so powerful that he gives his enemies the power that they need to oppose him. And Lucifer, not realizing that every breath and every blow he made against God was given to him by the God he was trying to deceive. What happened to Lucifer? What happened to this powerful, beautiful, incredible, important creature? The Bible says in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7, that is the last book in the Bible written by a man named John. And in Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7, the Bible says, and then there was war in heaven. Michael, who is Jesus, and his angels fought against the dragon, which is the devil. And the dragon fought and his angels. Can you imagine Jesus and the devil fighting? Jesus, the creator of all things, the dragon, the devil, is only a creature. Haven't you heard that all Southern parents tell their children, I brought you in this world, I can take you out? Lucifer decided to stand up against his father, his creator. The Bible tells us that not only did Lucifer lose the battle, but Lucifer was cast out of heaven like a bolt of lightning. I remember when I was a child, I very rarely liked to tempt the power of my mother. I don't swear, but if I did, I would say to you that I sincerely believe that God gives mothers supernatural strength. There were times when I stood across the room and I mumbled under my breath, and because my mother had the supernatural hearing of God, she could reach the supernatural hand of God across the room and slap me with her supernatural backhand. I would never dare to run from my mother because my sister, who was 5 years older than me, decided to run in the midst of a spell of whooping one day. I was going to say spanking, but I'm speaking to the wrong crowd. Y'all don't spank, y'all whoop. And I remember the couch in the living room. My mother must have been about 47, and she jumped from one end of the couch to the other side, cut my sister off in the dead middle of her track, and finished the whooping she started. So if my mother can beat my sister, and they're just two human beings, what could God have done to Lucifer? But because the Bible says that God is love, he chose not to destroy him. He chose not to make it as though he never was. God said, Lucifer, you say I'm not fair? You say I'm not just? You say that my motives are not pure? Lucifer, I won't kill you. You go ahead and make the decision you want to make. But I want you to know that if you do it this way, you have only one way to go, and that's down. He put him out of heaven, and inspired writers tell us that Lucifer went from world to world to world, trying to convince them that God's way was not right. And like a chain, he finally found a weak link. They spoke tonight about Adam and Eve in the garden, and in that garden, that precious, beautiful garden, there was a tree. the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God said, Adam and Eve, you can eat from anything in the garden, it's all yours, but leave that tree alone. Somehow, some way, Adam and Eve found themselves at the tree, and Lucifer, in the form of a serpent, told them that if they disobeyed God, they would surely die. But don't you know he believed that? Some of us think that the devil was lying to them. The devil wasn't lying to them. He told them what he thought was true. He said that God is the God of the universe, but I took him on. And I'm not dead. So if I can fight God, and he can't destroy me, I may have lost the battle, but I may win the war. If I can fight him, and he didn't destroy me, surely you can eat from this tree, and it won't kill you. And they reasoned, and they rationalized, and they stepped out of the will of God like we would step through a door, and they put their foot into being gods themselves. Eve and Adam thought that they could make decisions without the approval or the ordering of God. The Bible tells us that even now, after Adam and Eve have plunged us into this state, this debilitated, this sad,